I'm trying to figure out if you get a greater sense of joy from being upside down or from writing.
I think right now it's equal.
You said, Joel, I think my interview would be boring in comparison to the others. Why did you say that?
Because if there's one thing, if I don't see any growth where I am, I'm gonna leave.
When did dancing start for you?
I started dancing when I was about 8. So I was swimmer first, and I wanted to do gymnastics. My mom was like, no, you're gonna break your neck. Because I used to watch Olympics all the time. So I stepped in front of her to make her upset, and she said, fine. But we like negotiated and I went to dance when I was like 8. I did that for about 10 years. Loved it, absolutely loved dancing. But then as I got older and when I went to university, came back, I didn't feel like connected to it as much. And coming back home, I was just trying to find like a routine, trying to find like how to get back into like who Rhe-Ann was before. And dancing wasn't doing it for me. So I actually did yoga after dancing. But it became too boring for me. Like, I was just like, I need a challenge. And then I finally found aerial yoga. And haven't stopped since.
So you would say then, based on what you're telling me, that you felt as if at some stage in your life you lost yourself or a sense of who you were?
Yeah, I felt like when I left to go to university in Jamaica, came back, it's like, it was different. I could not figure out how to get back my footing in my hometown. Like, I could not figure out how to get back my footing, and it was just, I don't know, it was just weird. And like, I didn't feel connected to dance because all the like dances were gone. I was no longer like in the syllabus for dancing. I was not an adult dancer, and that's a little different from being like a normal like teenage dancer. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't know where I wanted to go because I was still trying to figure out like my career path. So I just felt very much lost. So I was trying to do different activities to like, feel like, I guess, whole again, connected to myself again. So yoga was doing that for a while, but when you're in yoga and then you're telling you, breathe in, out, you're just thinking a bit too much. And I had too many thoughts in my head. I was like, nah, I need to shut away the thoughts and do something more challenging. And that's where the aerial yoga came in.
No problem. So I'm curious then, because you said that your mother told you that you would break your neck in gymnastics. But looking at what is the aerial hammock, isn't there risk involved in this one as well?
She had no say because I was an adult.
So you overrated your mother to be able to now be an aerialist.
Yeah, because like, even though she was like, you're gonna break your neck, even during dance, she would do a lot of things that could break your neck, could be, a little bit dangerous, I guess. But she was fine with it. It was just the gymnastics. She just couldn't wrap around. But she thinks this is really cool. And she likes it. I mean, when I came home with like scars and stuff, she was like, what are you doing? Isn't it fabric? Like, how is it hurting you? But other than that, like, she's fine. I'm an adult, so I make my own choices.
I just want to get to the part where like, I was quoting it in Ray, and it's like, Rhe-Ann is now saying, I'm a big kid now.
I hate it. You're so corny.
But I don't know, like, I don't know how we end up having this full interview to start with. But anyways,
I don't know either.
Forgetting it right now. What's the feeling that you get when you're up in that aerial hammock?
It might sound cliche, but I feel like I could fly. I feel very like last week, I was saying that I feel way more comfortable upside down than upright. Like, it just feels so nice. I feel like that. Like, this is nice. Because you have so many things to think about, like, my thoughts are like shut down and it's just about aerial hammock or like my moves that I'm thinking about, and that's what I like because I have way too many things going on in here, and when I'm up there, they shut off. The one time, because like this is a very safe sport, the one time that I fell out with myself is because I was literally thinking about everything happening during my day, and I didn't even fall out during the move. I was just sitting in it, and I was like, wow, that's so literally I wasn't doing anything. So that's the feeling I get. I'm very much at peace, even though sometimes when I'm like, this hurts, but I'm still at peace.
It's interesting you said you feel more comfortable upside down than right side up. Is that life on a whole for you? Because like Sundays are real different, Rhe-Ann. Like, not in a bad way, right? But like, if anybody,
you call me weird.
if anybody knows Rhe-Ann, you know that like her personality is not by the book, so to speak. You know that she is extra in almost every way that there is. So no insult with that one, but generally speaking, do you think that that might be life for you on a whole?
I think so, because I don't think the same way a lot of people think. And I think I always say that I was born with like an extra pill of energy, like an energetic bunny. So I feel like that's probably how I think about life, like flip side, but different. I don't like to just do anything basic or anything that's just, you know, normal, I guess. So that definitely would go back with your silks.
No problem. No.
Yeah.
In preparing for this interview, I told you that there's one question I will ask you that you have to give me permission in terms of you answering.
Okay.
Now, based on all that you said, the fact that, you know, you feel as if you think differently, you do things differently, when you reached back out to me, because remember I reached out to you, and then I kind of got a little busy, and then you were like, Joel, so we still doing this? And I was like, yeah, we doing it. And then you said, Joel, I think my interview would be boring in comparison to the others. You remember that part, right?
Did.
Good. Why did you say that?
Because I guess it's because it's like a me thing. I feel like all the other interviewees like had like big things like they accomplished, like that you could, you know, set the tone of that interview on. So it was like a milestone that they had. So I was like, shh, I didn't really have a milestone that I have. I just be like living life, going it day by day. I mean, there are a lot of things I have accomplished, but someone told me the other day that like I don't take credit for a lot of things that I've done in my life. I don't like showcase it. I don't just like scream it to the whole world, this is what I've done. And I think that's probably a lot to do with it. So like sometimes I feel like I haven't like done much. I just be here, and then I like take a step back. I'm like, Rhe-Ann, stop it. You've actually accomplished a lot of different things. But that was like my main thought. I'm like, I don't have like a big thing. Like I haven't been to Forbes.
There's an exact reason why I answered that, because I guess there are a lot of people out there who kind of think the same thing, in the sense that because you might not have seen it in the paper, or because you might not have seen it on some billboard or something, that whatever they've done is minuscule in comparison to everything else going on. But like you do big things. Be like, when we were talking off camera saying, you know what, Joel, you know, I've watched your career and what's not, but in the same way that you've watched me progress, I've been able to watch you progress as well. And like you can see that you're actually making strides, like you're actually a productive member of society.
That's true.
You know, and it's like I was actually able to dive back and say, okay, so you started with the internships like animation and, you know, all these different things. And by the way, the job that she's in now is the longest job she's ever had. But like you've seen the strides that you've made along your path. So now that you're able to look back on it, what would you say about your journey so far? Because a lot of it has been based in media and writing, etc. What would you say about your journey thus far?
Honestly, I feel like when I really take a look at it, I think I did a lot. I think I've pivoted from what I thought I wanted to do and made strides in a whole different industry, because at first I wanted to just be a writer. I wanted to write for like Cosmopolitan and BuzzFeed, like anybody, like those kind of things. And then when I came back home, that just felt like, you know, I'm not gonna make that. But then when I actually got into the job that I have now, because my particular title is copywriter, I knew what my job was, but then I didn't know the extent to how much I can do. So I just said, oh, I wasn't in Forbes, but I've actually written for like Forbes Mexico. And I've written for like different publications through my job that I never thought I would. I think one of the biggest things that was like a full circle moment for me was when I did a project with Condé Nast, and I was a lead for that project, and like I saw it from like inception to execution, and it was amazing, because like I used to read a lot of Condé Nast like publications. I used to read Condé Nast itself, so to be able to like work with that, I'm like, okay, I never would have thought in a million years, especially, you know, being here. I always thought that a lot of opportunities that you would want, especially in my field, I had to leave. So to be able to still be here and to like, you know, work with those kind of publications, work with these international companies, was a full circle moment and great for me. And when I like take my thoughts in my mind off of it. And I'm like, okay, Rhe-Ann, take a step back, be pensive about it, look at your career. I'm proud.
So are you finally going to give yourself your flowers?
I'll finally give myself some flowers and some chocolates and some Skittles. You're giving me nothing.
But you've been talking about your job, and like I mentioned, this is the longest that you've ever been employed at the same company.
Yeah.
That's not to say that you job hop or whatever. Maybe you do.
I do.
But is there a particular reason why this one has lasted longer than the others?
I think so far this one has lasted longer because it's more of what I wanted to do. I have the writing component, not only the writing component and the environment of it all, but I think it also has to do with like my director. I have a really amazing director, for those who know where I have an amazing director, and she's really been a really nice mentor to have. And I think that a lot has to do with it because I have a lot that I want to learn for her and I am learning for her. So I think that that was a big part of it. And then also some of the things that I get to see and do, like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm like, boy, this is a what? I get dead. I'm still alive. So that just shows, how it is. But no, I think because it is more in line with, the path that I can see myself going, that's why I've stayed so long. The jobs that I had before, because if there's one thing, if I don't see any growth where I am, I'm gonna leave. I'm not afraid to leave anywhere. So because I can see a level of growth here, even if it's to some sort of extent, I'm gonna stay for a bit. But my last job, like, there was literally no growth for me because they knew my worth, but they weren't letting me fully grow and bloom into the worth that I could be. They were still stifling me because of different reasons, to be honest. But that's why I left there, and the industry that I was an industry that I wanted to be in. So I felt like if I stayed there any longer, I was wasting time, and I was not going to be on the path that I wanted to be.
So here's where your quote from Rhe-Ann comes. If you're not growing where you is, move, left, go on, pick up your Georgie bundle. But no, as always, you guys know that I do my research. So I was deep diving, and I open up this phone here so now, right? Because there's something that I want to deep dive and talk about. In the year of our Lord 2020, it was November 19th, good month by the way, Rhe-Ann tweeted, "More and more each day, I'm figuring out what I want in life, and I'm going to achieve it all." Putting that in the air. First of all, do you remember tweeting that?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I did not actually. 2020.
Yes.
No, 2020 saying no.
Pandemic.
I'm foolish.
I got pandemic pain. But he said more and more, you're figuring out each day what you want in life. You're going to achieve it all. What do you want to achieve?
Boy, no, that is a loaded question there. Oh my goodness, Jesus. I'm trying to figure out what mind frame I was in. I must have just finished watching the Instagram episode. I was like, oh, I want to be a spirit so bad. Oh, that is so loaded. Okay.
Take your time.
What?
Like loaded phrase, you gotta start with one bite. So there we go.
But loaded fries also make my stomach hurt. So
yeah, we know you got my stomach. That one for all the Rhe-Ann friends. I love that I could do all these things on my show because it is my show, and I could keep in exactly what I want to keep in and say the world can see it.
Okay. What do I want to achieve in life? Why do I not know how to answer this question? Because I don't, honestly, some days I know, some days I don't know. Like, I've always wanted, one thing that always comes to my mind, it's not like a big thing, I've always wanted, oh my god, I always wanted to be like Joel and write a book. It's now my show, yes. So, I always wanted to be just like Joel when I grew up and be an author and write a book. However, mine will not be a self-help book, mine will be a rom-com, because I love rom-coms. And then it's gonna get turned in either to a Netflix movie or a HBO Max original series, and then I will make lots of money. Okay, let me let me be real though, but that is actually one thing I would want to accomplish. But I think what I really want to achieve in life is that I want to get to a point in my career where, yes, I want to write for a bunch of different publications. I want to do have the book, but I also want to have my own PR comms company. I want something that's me. That's actually how Pretty Messy first came up. Pretty Messy was my blog. A lot of people are my as I haven't been consistent with it, but that's how Pretty Messy came up, because I was like, I want a media company. And I always like the name Pretty Messy because it really does describe me. So eventually Pretty Messy will become a media company, because I still want to have my own media company. And I think that's what I really want to achieve in life. Something that has my name on it, that is brand Rhe-Ann, and is in the media industry.
Brand Rhe-Ann. Nicholas No called. I'm not sure if he's outside. We can take a quick pause and contact the videographer now. Please hold.
Please hold. So this particular silk is a hammock. There's aerial silk, so it's just like two, and they're not looped. There's aerial hoop. There's aerial strap. There's so many different forms of just like hanging, but we do aerial hammock. We started with aerial yoga at first, which was basically yoga in the silks, but we started to do more like performance and like actually flowing the skills together. We now have to name it aerial hammock, and this year we're going to like have that transition in the classes I'll offer her. So y'all can look out for that.
Probably if you want to fly, then
It's fun.
so up to Daisy.
I'll just you're in my way, but I'll just stay here for a little bit, you know.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it in part one, but it's good because now in part two, because you're a hammock. You had your first performance last year, right?
We had our first showcase here where we did our choreography. We did like solo stuff. The first time like choreographing like a full aerial hammock piece for myself, and that was just really amazing. I think last year is when we really took it seriously. So we were in here almost like every Saturday, Sundays, Fridays, random days, and we just practicing. And it was a very small showcase, so it was just like my close friends, like everyone's close friends and family and their friends.
I didn't get invited.
He wasn't here! Firstly, he's never in the island, so I don't know what you're talking about. But this year we're going to do an actual show where we can like invite a lot of people, because we're now new to whole performing, so we're trying out like what actually safe, what actually works. But now that we've been performing for like different parties and events, we know like what rigging works, what straps work, so now we can actually do like a full blown show. But last year is when I did my first showcase, and then after that, I didn't get to do any of the events because work. But this year, I did my first event. Actually, all about like last week, did my first event, and it was amazing. I had a really good time. It's my split my back, but I had a really good time, and it was amazing.
So this is when you were outdoors, and I actually have a photo somewhere in my phone there. So you're in the middle of people. What is that like? Like, what are the reactions that you get when people see you in the hammock?
Like, I think the one reaction I got is like when I did a drop, and they're like, whoa. And then people like, sometimes were so fascinated that they literally come straight up to you. So I was like this. I'll actually show you how I was like.
I'll give her space.
So I was literally like this. And a man came right up to me, like right here, with his camera. And I'm like, I don't want to kick you because that's weird. But they would literally come straight up to you, like if you're on display really, and just video you. I mean, it's cool that people are so fascinated because they have been aerialist before, but like one or two aerialists before, but then I guess it kind of dropped off, and now like we're kind of bringing it back a bit, so people are fascinated with it all again, and I think it's something to be fascinated about because it's amazing. It's really cool. The things that you do with your body, I guess, in a piece of cursing, as my friends like to call it, it's something to brag about.
So for the last two questions, you're going to ask them upside down.
Who wants me to answer this question? Alright, I did say that I'm more comfortable upside down.
That is what.
So I will ask.
So I'm going to let you get upside down.
So this particular move is a crossback. This is what it's called. There's long ways of getting into it, but this is my favorite way of getting into it. Even though sometimes it still doesn't go over my butt.
So you guys can't see her face, but you can hear her voice. Would you quit your job to become a full-time aerialist?
Oh my god, that's a loaded question. Depending. Like if I was a performing aerialist, I was traveling and doing circus, maybe. Maybe, but not at the moment.
Because the reason why I asked that is like, I'm trying to figure out if you get a greater sense of joy from being upside down or from writing, because I know that they're both passions of yours.
That's a hard one. I think right now it's equal.
It's equal.
It's like equal right now. Like I don't love one more. I think it's equal. I get a bit because writing has turned into work. I will say sometimes like if I don't get to write for myself as much. So I would say the aerial has more joy because it's something that's just for me more than the writing.
So in technicality, we can go with aerialist a little more over the writing then.
Yeah.
Does this hurt a little bit?
Not really. The only reason that is like technically is because like I have a little burnout, so it's not exactly hurting. I mean the blood on top here, but I'm good.
Fair enough. I know I'm keeping this position too long. I'm too sure how long you can stay.
It's like a challenge, yo. A nice little challenge.
Actually, I ain't let you come though. I don't want you to face the camera for this final answer. But don't let it come.
I want to do my favorite move.
Oh, do your favorite move. Go ahead.
This is like my favorite move, guys. Like, this is my favorite move. I could stay here forever. And then I always go like, ba-dum-bum. And I go here. But because I hurt my back, I can't slide down. So I have to bring it down nicer. Oh, the blood's now like, whoop, whoop.
Please don't hold.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay,
Feel a little high.
Alright, so final question is right here. So, year's 2024, right?
Yeah.
What do you want for yourself for this year? And it could be in any facet of life. What do you want for yourself for this year?
Funny enough, this is like the first year that I actually had like a bunch of wishes. One of the things that I want for this year is outside of like work, outside of aerial, outside of everything, it's just I want to see myself grow more. I've always been about others. I just really want this year to be about me and learning more about myself, learning about what makes me happy, learning about, you know, finding that inner peace. Because honestly, all I want out of this life is just to be happy and peaceful. Really and truly. And rich, I just want to be fucking rich, but yeah.
I love it. I can work with that. It's a perfect way to end. Rhe-Ann, it's a pleasure.
Sure.
Wait, hold on.
Come.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Alright, so hold on again to this.
Okay, I want you to just lay back, like this lay back.
So like a trust fall.
So I want you to lay back. I want you to lay back. All I have to do is bring your leg up. Open.
Oh, hell. Let me swallow a few people. Okay, so.
That's like the first thing you learn with me.
Sorry, okay, so we're here.
Yeah.
Huh.
Keep it at your lower back. And once you just,
Right holding?
you're holding here.
Here?
Low lower. Low lower. Right. Low lower.
Really?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, what do you have right now?
Go back.
Go back.
Go back.
Whoa, Father God.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
Go all the way back.
Uh-huh.
Tilt. Keep holding.
Oh,
Use your core. Use your core. I want you to rock. Just rock your foot in. Rock the other one in.
Oh, jeez, oh, Bridgers.
You can let go of your arms now.
Oh, hell no.
Just, you're good. You're flying. I had double that. All right, I can help you. Come on. See what's blood. There's ice.
Nice to be talking for me. Goodbye, everybody. Say bye, man.
Bye. Nick, you have to say that.